testing, 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 testing. Am I good in the house? Think I'm good? Okay. Oh, because of the music. Testing, 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 testing. We good? Yeah, yeah. Shabbat Shalom. We bless our King. Blessed be Yahweh. Blessed be Yahweh the Blessed One. Blessed be Yahweh the Blessed One for all eternity. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the King of the universe, who has selected us from all the peoples and gave us his Torah. Blessed be you, Yahweh, giver of the Torah. Master, we come before you today thanking you for all things, asking you to forgive us of our sins, asking you to cleanse us of all unrighteousness, that our prayers be not hindered this morning. We thank you for this day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you that you have clothed us in our right mind, and that you have shown us your truth, and that we have assembled here today on your set-apart day. Master, we ask that you would speak kind words towards us, and that you would continue to show favor upon us. We thank you for activity of our limbs. We thank you for life, health, and strength, food, clothing, and shelter, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We thank you for all those that are assembled here today and the families that are represented. We thank you for watching over our children all week long, Master, as they traverse throughout the highways and byways, and that you have brought them home safely every night. Master, we thank you for sustaining us. We thank you that you are our King, that you're our healer, that you're our provider, that you're our protector, that you're our Savior, and that you are our El. We thank you that you have brought us out of idolatry, Master, and you have shown us your truth, Master, just to a degree, Master. And we come out not only for fear of you, but out of obedience and out of love. We ask that you look upon our service today, Master, and that you would bless us as we bless you today, Master. We ask that someone today may hear your word today, Master, and that they may want to know the truth even more. This is our prayer today.
Everybody, today it's good to always be here in the house of the Most High and to be able to worship in the manner that we do. We're coming to the end of a Gregorian year, and 2023 has been filled with many different situations and as we look back over all of them and recall many of the things that have happened that have affected our people, we come to realize the specialness that we have being Hebrew and being true to the Most High's word. The Christian world is in an uproar. A lot of things going on in the Christian world that I wouldn't say is mind-boggling. I would just say that we're living in the end of days, and the Most High is not tolerating a lot of the stuff that's gone on and on and on, particularly when the things that are going on are destroying his people. We have a long history with Yahweh, a long history. And that history that we have with him is being a people that are hard-headed, stiff-necked, and rebellious. He tells us that my spirit is not going to strive with you always. And one of the interesting things, as I've been talking to a few people, is that people don't understand that because they don't know him. Is that opulent spirit that has controlled and has made all things is not to be played with. You can't play with that. But people who don't gravitate to the seriousness of this position of standing before people and being leaders of people in the name of whatever they call, don't realize, don't know. And because they don't know, it's not an excuse. The Most High is not going to excuse that. If you know the Creator, if you know Him, you know that He's very serious. And while He will show you mercy and grace, He will also kill you. He will also kill you. TikTok, Instagram, all these media sources that we have out there, people post the buffoonery that exists within what is called the church. Buffoonery. And as I glance through it, I come to understand these are people who do not know the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. They don't know Him. The music, and the only thing that makes the music what it is the lyrics. But everything else is pop culture. We got smoke rising on the stage. We got choreographed. I saw one and it was a dance group. It was a literal dance group. And they went into their thing. And I'm going, this looks like Jackson Southern at halftime. And it's become entertainment. Nothing about the Creator, entertainment. And we throw a little smattering in to motivate you and make you feel good. But the soul of our people, you all, the soul of our people is in jeopardy. And as I watch it and as I listen to it and as I see it, I understand the weeping prophet. I understand Jeremiah. I understand the people that know the Most High and are sincere about the Most High and are sincere about His people. And they lament. They lament. They weep over the status of our ancestors. And I understand it because I feel the same way. Sometimes I've had a meeting with Ambassador Appleton and Brother Charles, and I've just told them there comes a time when I look at it and I see it and I break down and I just cry. My soul is in agony for my people. So I understand when Daniel begins to write his book, write his narrative, and he asks the question, seeing the vision and listening to the contemporaries of his day, he asked the question, what about my people? You and I are not going to be here when Daniel chapter 12 unfolds. You and I are not going to be here. Yet and still, moving forward in this exiled place that we have been placed in, you can expect the temperature to get a little hotter. You can expect for Hebrew Israel, who doesn't even know that she's Hebrew Israel, you can expect the temperature to get a little hotter. And I know that most of you don't keep up with the political world, and that's okay. But the political world is driving the temperature. When they start carving out districts and rezoning things to preclude the man of color from being able to have a say in the things that are going to affect him. Making it difficult for you to vote, have your voice heard, because there's this idea in the minds of the Eurocentrics that the world is being overrun by people of color, and we need to make the world great again. And the world never was great. The only nation of people that the Father created that were great was Hebrew Israel. Hebrew Israel never lost a war when she was walking according to the ways of the Most High. So people are asking the question, what's going on in the Middle East? What's happening? What's going on with Israel and Palestine? What's going on? I hear Marvin Gaye's song. And because there are a people who call themselves by the name Yisrael and have adopted Judaism and have perpetuated this in the world for as long as it's been there, the lie has been created that they are the Father's people. Well, if they are the Father's people and they are being smoked by another nation in a war that they can't win, my text tells me that when Israel came before the Most High in righteousness, Israel never lost a war. Never did. Never did. So the fact that this has been perpetuating and going on, see, historically, this is not new. We can go back to Anwar Sadat and beyond Anwar Sadat, and this flame has been fanning for a long, long time. And you have to be careful how you talk about it. And I believe that, you go, Rabbi, you're rambling today. No, I'm not. I believe that all of these things that you're seeing are coming to a head so that you and I can see the signs of the hand of the work of the Most High as he progresses in what is called the end of days. For people of color, you can expect the days ahead to become more grievous. And the whole idea of the Most High is to do one thing, which we'll see in text today, is to get his people to understand the necessity of repentance and turning back to him. That's the whole order of the day. And while you and I are a small niche that have been set aside, set apart in this very evil climate, because you have chosen to walk in the obedience of the Most High, you stand protected and covered by the one who said to you and I, my eyes are always upon you. To the one who said, I will give nations for you. And in the greater mix of where our people gather on Sun Worship Day, in all of those venues, they do not have not an iota of a clue that you have and that you know about the Creator. They don't have a clue. So consequently, they don't even realize it, and they don't even know that they are sitting in a time where they are being judged. And judgment is being pronounced. And they're trying to defend their sense of unrightness. But you and I, we sit in purity and righteousness and rightly before the Most High, that out of your mouth and out of my mouth on any given day, we can proclaim and not prophesy, but know for a fact that there is no weapon formed against us that can prosper. They can pass all the legislation they want. For you and for me, it means absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. You're going to eat. You're going to lay your head down at night on your pillow, and you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to sleep like a baby. And you're not even going to be concerned about the affairs that are trying to decimate the Father's people. Ambassador, I suppose that while we're trying to navigate this media world and get on a bigger platform, there's nothing wrong with us being in pursuit of that. But as I think in my mind, and I think about the words that come out of our mouth over this pulpit, over this place, I believe that the Most High is hiding us for a particular moment in time when He'll release us and we'll come out of hiding and His people will see us. I got to tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. Sister Mary could always, she was a prophet. And she would tell me things about the ministry. She'd tell me things about the ministry that were going to happen or not going to happen. And she told me, she says, don't get caught up in a building filled with people. You're going to be heard in places and by people that you'll never see. I have a very dear and close friend that I talk to. And she speaks to me in the voice of a prophet. She does. She says to me, watch. Things are going to change. She said the building's going to be filled up again. You're going to have musicians. I go, nah. Ain't happened in 20 years. She says, no. She says, I see it. So I'm going to give her the opportunity to be right. And I'm going to do what the young people say. Wait for it. Wait for it. Where are people going to go when they find out that they have been under a spell? Huh? And there are some sincere people out there that are going to wake up. They're going to see that and realize that they have been under a spell. And the problem with our people is they don't run to us. They run to the Jews. Not understanding and not realizing that those people really don't want you. I'm going to say something, then I'm going to start teaching. They don't realize that the Ashkenazi Jews are one of the most racist people on the face of the globe. The Zionists, they do not like brown-skinned people. They don't like you. Which is the reason why we got the conflict between them and the brown people who are the Palestinians. Now, I could read you information of how I could read you. I have a book. I could read you the dialogue of how they see you. They see you like a monkey. They define you as having long tails. They're not talking about monkey tail. They talk badly about you. So you, people of color, need to understand what's going on over there is not your concern. It's not about you. It's about judgment that the Most High is exacting on nations. And Israel and Palestine are not going to be the only ones that are going to be affected. There are going to be others. Why are we in? Read the prophets. We are in the end of days. And we're not in the end of days as defined by the Greek text. We're in the end of days as defined by the Most High El. It's altogether a different dialogue. So just kind of a precursor as we close out this Gregorian 2023 years, sliding into 2024. Don't look for it to be better. It's not going to be better. But I'm going to steal a text, I'm going to steal a verse, a verbiage from, I'm going to take a page out of their book. And that page says these words. But Charles, you know this one very well. Make your calling and election sure. Know where you are. Know where you are and know what your position is with the Most High. And can I say this? Don't let outside influences cause you to do anything that would violate the principles of the Most High. Our time of gathering and our time of worship and our time of being in a place where His presence is should always be your first intent. Do not follow the crowd when the crowd is doing wrong. And understand that you have been set apart for the Most High. And your lives are being watched by people because we proclaim something that's true and that's right. And they're trying to see whether or not we're going to be true to the Most High or whether we're going to be like them. Well, I thought you were. Those words should never fall on your ears. Well, I thought you were Hebrew. That's not anything that anybody should say to you, because when those words are said to you, they're telling you that you are profaning the Most High. Your way of life, your way of walking is not what you profess. You follow me? You're different than they are. You know the Most High. You have experience with the Most High. The Most High found you and brought you out. Why you? Why you? Out of all your family, what made you so special that He found you and He brought you out of the minutia? What's so special? Because He saw in your heart, the desire for pureness and desire to say that you love Him more than just words. As I've said before, you can love a dog. You can love a cat. You can love your goldfish. You can love a pet. But not with the Most High. With the Most High, you have to say, I am in love with the Most High. That's a whole different place. I'm in love. And when you're in love with something and somebody, nothing breaches that. And you look at yourself and you say, the Most High is in love with me, that He loves me in spite of. And when you look at Israel, he loves Israel in spite of. You treat me with contempt. You worship an idol God. You worship demigods. You do all the things that I asked you not, and yet instead I still love you. Can you get that? That I give nations for you. Can you grasp the weight of what I'm saying to you? So, rejoice. I say again to you, rejoice. And know that before it's all over, I'll be resting. My spirit will go back to the one who gave it. My body will go to dust. And my soul will return to its place of origin. Its place of origin. And it is from that place of origin that we will be revivificated in the land. We'll once again have our temple, our kohanim, and 1,000 years is going to be one beautiful time doing those things which are right. Yeshayahu, Isaiah, chapter number 49. Oh, come on. Shemanese. It opens with words, once again, that express a broader understanding. Coastlands. Coastlands. Listen to me. Listen, you peoples. Where? Listen, you peoples. Where? Where? Are we far away? So he's speaking to us. Yahweh called me. Now, this narrative right here, when he says, Yahweh called me from the womb before I was born, he had spoken my name, period. This whole chapter number 49 is going to be verbiage, and it's going to be Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu's going to be speaking, and he's going to be expressing himself in this particular text. And while we have been listening to the prophet speak concerning Israel's Babylonian times, which have also spoken to our times and our future redemption, the prophet now turns to talk about the ultimate final redemption. He begins by allowing us to know that the opening of this chapter is talking about him. He uses verbiage coastlands to allow us to know that this prophecy is directed not only to Israel, but also to the nations, as he uses languages you people far away. A lot of the Hebrew climate of teachers will not give respect to the fact that the Most High, in his narrative about redemption, is including the nations. And they haven't read or they haven't paid attention to the last part of Isaiah, where the Most High says that from the nations he is going to make Levian. So now he says, Yeshayahu says, he has made my mouth like a sharp sword while hiding me in the shadow of his hand. He has made me like a sharpened arrow while concealing me in his quiver. So he talks about this place. And the place that he has to be in is very important. Because he says, he's made my mouth like a sharp sword. That means, have you ever seen the Ninja Warriors? Yeah. That sword can sever your neck, and before your head hits the ground, you won't even see no blood. So the Yeshayahu is saying, he's made my mouth like that, while yet hiding me in his hand, he has made me like a sharpened arrow. Now, not only do I have the ability to cut, but I also have the ability to pierce. And because of what he's made me, he has hidden me. He's hidden me until a time in which my mission is going to be over. And then when you read about Yeshayahu, you find that these very people that he's talking to are the very people that kill him. One of the things about a prophet, which I don't really know why anybody wants to be one, is that, first of all, it's very lonely. And secondly of all, you're subject to lose your life or your reputation, because they will kill you with their mouth if they can't kill you physically. So he says to Yeshayahu, he said to me, you are my servant, Yisrael, through whom I will show my glory. You, he said to me, you, Yeshayahu, are my servant. And he refers to him in the context of being Yisrael, not Yaakov, because Yisrael in text allows us to know the magnitude of the glory and the expanse and the majesty of this Hebrew nation. So now he says to Yeshayahu, he says, you are my servant through whom I will show my glory. Verse 4, very interesting, verse 4. But I said, I have toiled in vain, spent my strength for nothing, futility, yet my cause is with you, Yahweh, and my reward is with my Elohim. So let's see what he's talking about. The words I have toiled is an expression that I have tried to speak to these stiff-necked, hard-headed people. And it's been futility. It's been in vain. I've tried to reprove, to no avail. They would not repent. My cause is with you, meaning that Yahweh knows your failure, that your failure is not your fault. Now, I want you to listen to something here. We have been at this since 2007. We have had a rise and fall, but the rise and fall has been purposeful. This building at one time hustled and bustled with the sound of people. Those people disperse like roaches when the light is turned on, because we began to teach a truth that they did not want to hear. And because we were on a track that we were not supposed to be on. And the Most High devastated the whole thing. While they think it was because of one thing, it was because the Most High said to me, you asked me to teach you truth. Now I'm showing you truth. I'm giving you truth. But you keep wanting to tiptoe around it. As the dear brother said to me, he said, you have been tiptoeing around this for months. When are you going to come out and say it? Well, now I'm obligated. And now I can't back up. I've been challenged. And I can't back up. I can't, I'll get to, no, I can't do that. So now I got to come out and I got to tell you, not by one scripture, not by two scriptures, but by a volume of text, I have to explain to you that this guy over there in Matthew chapter 2 is not the son of Yahweh. I got to do it. And I hear the words of that text that says that when they heard these things, they all went away. And then the Most High says to me, we're still talking about this, futility. The Most High says to me, where in my word did I tell you to focus on the language? Where did I tell you? Where did I tell you to focus on the language? I didn't tell you to focus on the language. I told you to obey my rules and regulations. And I told you to teach that. I told you to tell them when they lay down and when they get up. Teach it. Reflect on it. Then I heard the king say, I meditate upon it day and night. An ambassador, we look around and we feel like we have toiled in vain and spent strength for nothing but futility. You talk to people about who you are, and they ask you, how many people do you have? What difference does it make? What difference does it make if I have only one or two? Because your text says, where one or two are gathered, not in his name, because his name has no power, but where one or two are, that I will be in the midst of you. So what's the numbers got to do with anything? So we felt like the pressure that Yeshayahu is expressing, that we've done all of this in toil and vain, and we've spent our strength for nothing in futility. I don't. Not anymore. Because I value you. I value the fact that you come every Shabbat to listen and to learn and to know. So now Yahweh says, He formed me in the womb to be His servant, to bring back Yaakov back to Him. What's the mission? That's a mission statement. That's a mission statement. I formed you to bring Israel back. So every Shabbat that we stand in front of these cameras and we speak to people that are not in this house, we're trying to bring them back. Every time you meet a Hebrew on the street that doesn't know that he's a Hebrew, you're trying to bring him back. That's a mission statement. To bring Israel back to Him, to have Israel gathered to Him, so that I will be honored in the sight of Yahweh, my Elohim, having become my strength. What's he got to say to me? He said to me, watch this now, is it not enough that you are merely my servant to raise up the tribes of Yaakov and to restore the offspring of Israel? Period. Is it not enough? Is it not enough? We toil. We study. We investigate to bring to you a truth that's true. We don't have flashing lights and smoke coming up off the stage. And we don't have dancers dancing before you to entertain you. Because we recognize that it's all about your soul. Your soul. Is it not enough? Ambassador, is it not enough? Is it not enough? Class, is it not enough? I will make you a light to the nations, and my salvation can spread to the ends of the earth through you. So why are you worried about those that won't listen to you? Why do you feel like your efforts are in vain and a futility? Is it not enough? But Charles, is it not enough? I mean, we talk to our friends, we talk to people. Is it not enough? And it seems like we're doing this all in vain and it's a futility. No, is it not enough? That the words that you speak fall on their hearts. And guess what? In the day of judgment, they can never say they weren't told. Here is what Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel, his set apart one, says to the one despised. Who's the one that's despised? Who's despised? Israel's despised. But not only is Israel despised, Yeshayahu's despised. Oh, they're going to kill him. They are going to kill him. Says to the one despised, whom the nations detest. Well, the nations detest Israel. They detest Hebrew. Make sure that you understand what I'm saying. They detest Hebrew Israel because Hebrew Israel is a melanated people. They hate you. The one despised is the Hebrew nation of Israel and not a single man. So this text can't be talking about, oh, he was despised and rejected of men. It's not talking about him. It's talking about a nation of Hebrew Israel. The world is involved with Jesus. So the text cannot be talking about a demigod. This is our future. This is our king to whom we pay homage to. Here is what Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel, the Holy One, says to the one despised, whom the nations detest, to the servant of tyrants. When the kings see you, come on now, come on now, come on now. When they see you, they will stand up. Princes also will prostrate themselves because of Yahweh, who is faithful, the set-apart one of Israel, who has chosen you. Come on, class. 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 When kings see you, they will stand up and give you homage. And their princes will prostrate. They will bow before you. And don't you tell them, oh, no, get up. I'm a man like, don't you say, well, just get up. I'm a man like you. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not a man like them. I mean, come on. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing the magnitude of who you are to the Most High? Here is what Yahweh says. Now don't forget something here, okay? Please don't forget that. Don't forget, let me see if I get this to do this for me. Don't forget this. Come on, don't forget this. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Do not forget that you have been chosen by the Most High El. He ain't chose nobody else. He didn't choose Greece. He didn't choose Rome. He didn't choose Japhet. He didn't choose Ashkenazi Israel. He did not choose them. You, he chose. And he refers, listen. He refers to you, which you need to poke your shoulders out, and you need to you need to walk proud and say, he established me. I am the eternal people. I am the eternal people, and he chose me. Venice, I'm going to talk to you because you express this in your mind and your spirit. You express this. Everybody knows that Vernice knows that she is special. Oh, I'm special. It's okay. It's okay. You've been chosen. You're supposed to feel special. Every last one of you in here are supposed to feel special because the set-apart one of Israel has chosen you. And you're supposed to walk like you're special. You're supposed to act like you're special. You're supposed to talk like you're special. And you're supposed to have a little swagger. Oh, Ambassador Appleton, he got it. When he comes to teach, he brings swag with him. And there's a difference between swag and haughtiness. There's a difference. Swagger is cool. Swagger says, I know who I am. And I can go to text and I can prove who I am, that the Most High said I am special. I can't because you don't feel it. That ain't my problem. I'm special. And Beacom, don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. I got to tell you this. She's going to kill me for doing this, but I'm going to do it. Beacom, I got one on the horizon that's just like her. I'm special. I'm special, and I deserve. Watch this now, because I know you've heard these words. I deserve to be treated like I'm special. It's okay. Been chosen. Here is what Yahweh says. At the time when I choose, I will answer you. On the day of salvation, I will help you. At a time of my choosing, meaning when we as a nation of Hebrew people act according to his will, when we as a nation pray to him and not some idolatrous idol or person who cannot deliver, it will be a day when we as a nation of Hebrew people recognize that we need his help. The effect of a national Hebrew cry will garner Yahweh's attention, and then he will act. A time of his choosing. I have preserved you. Now watch this now. I have preserved you, Yeshayahu, and appointed you to be a covenant for a people, to restore the land, distribute it again, its ruined inheritance to its owners, to say to the prisoners, come out, to those in darkness, show yourselves. They will feed along the paths, and all the high hills will be their pastures. What's he talking about? He's talking about our redemption. In a day when I choose, we're trying to speed it up. We're trying to speed it up. We're trying to say to you hard-headed knuckleheads, come on, y'all. Come on. You're worshiping in mess. Your bishop's a pedophile, homosexual, cross-dresser, hangs out with the Illuminati, and you think that the words that come out of his mouth are the anointing. Just because he... No. You see, Hebrew Israel knows the difference and recognizes what an anointing is versus what his doggy doo-doo is. No, this stinks. You and I are trying to hasten the time. We're trying to get people to turn. But you have to recognize that the nation of Hebrew Israel in this exile is a very, very large contingency of people in places where they don't even know this. Brazil is the largest contingency of Hebrew people that were exiled out of the land. Brazil. I don't know what they got going on in Brazil. I don't know if they got a Hebrew congregation in Brazil. I don't know. I don't know what's going on the coastlands from the African continent to this state. I don't know what's going on with those people. But you have to realize that it's a contingency of people that's much larger than our mind can think when we start talking about Hebrew Israel and our redemption. And just think about it. At a time when he chooses, when all them melanated people get their head right, or almost right, say to the prisoners in darkness, at a time when the nations will act according to his will, when they recognize and when they pray to him. Say to the prisoners, those who are in exile, that's us, come out, lek lekha. The word darkness means the same, speaking to this exile. We're in darkness. It is a day because it prevents us from being able to reveal the inherent grandeur of the Most High's chosen people. We're prevented from that. We really, see, I'm talking even to a small group of people here, and even those on the stream are still a small group of people. But we're prisoners. We need to come out of the darkness. Show yourselves. Come on out, show yourselves. We are. We show ourselves every time we come to this place. And even on you young men, I applaud you. One of you getting ready to get promoted. I applaud you. Because of your desire to delve into the Father's word and be servants. And I don't know if you know it, but you all act like Yahweh. Let's go back to the sword and the spear. I'll watch you. You will cut people. One of you, when I see you do this, and them eyes get big, I go, oh, somebody getting ready to get cut. Somebody getting ready, there's an arrow getting ready to be shot. You don't know what's getting ready to happen. But come out of the darkness, and all the high hills will be pastures. They will be neither hungry nor thirsty, neither scorching wind nor sun will strike them. For he who has mercy on them will lead them and guide them to the springs of water. That's a metaphor, can be literal. When we get back in the land, this is what's going to happen. But then again, coming out of darkness is coming into the light of the Most High's word. This word water, springs of water, is a metaphor for Torah. I will turn my mountains into a road. My highways will be raised up. There they come, some from far away, some from the north, some from the west, and some from the land of Sinim. Sinim is just a word that expresses a people that come from Canaan. So we have this, he's talking about this ingathering of people from faraway places, the north, the south, the east, and the west, because the Most High said, I will bring you back from all the places, the four corners that I have dispersed you. When we think about it, we're just in a little small corner that don't make up the volume of the master whom the text is talking to. Sing, heaven, rejoice, earth, break out in song, you mountains, for Yahweh is comforting his people, having mercy on his own who have suffered. The song that will be sung when we finally leave this exile land, the things to remember is that when Israel is redeemed, the land will once again rejoice. The Spirit of the Most High will once again permeate the land and its people. And there will be a song. Let me go back across the street. Every now and then I have to cross the street and get my feet dirty. What's the earth doing? What's the earth doing? This is another one of your favorite texts. The earth is moaning and groaning and awaiting the redemption of the sons of Yah. The land is in turmoil. Our land is in desolate state. But when the redemption times happens and we're redeemed back to the land will once again be rejoicing. There will be a song. And the Most High says, I'm going to comfort you and have mercy on you who have suffered. But Zion says, when he talks about Zion, Zion is Jerusalem. Now he's going to talk about Jerusalem. That's Zion. It says, Yahweh has abandoned me and Yahweh has forgotten me. That's Jerusalem talking. You'll hear often in the writings of the prophets about Zion, Jerusalem. The text says that because right now, Jerusalem is lying desolate, fallow, and there is nothing happening there. Disney Israel and their so-called Jerusalem is not Jerusalem. Not. Text says it lays fallow to this day. Now watch this. Here's what the Most High says. And you should be able to interpret this. Can a woman forget her child at the breast and not show pity on the child from her womb? Even if these were to forget, I would not forget you. I'm not going to forget Jerusalem. Lies desolate. I'm going to restore it. I've engraved you on the palms of my hand. Your walls are always before me. Jerusalem, you're engraved on my hand. Your children, here we go. Come on, children. Come on, children. Your children are coming quickly. Your destroyers and the plunderers are leaving and going. I'm getting ready to bring you all back. And all those people that are sitting on your land, all those folks that claim it's their land, the destroyers, the plunderers, they're like Lakah. They get, because what do they see? They see, let me tell you something. Ambassador Appleton brought this out in one of his lessons. They may act like they don't know you, but they know who you are. And when you show up, they want to get in a hurry and get away from you. So he says to Zion, your children are coming quickly. Raise your eyes and look around. They are all gathering and coming to you, Jerusalem. Yahweh swears, as surely as I'm alive, you will wear them like a jewel and adorn yourself with them like a bride. Your desolate place and your ruins and your devastated land will be cramped because of those living in it. Your devourers will be far away. The day will come when the children born to you, where morning will say to you, little room, little room, little room. This place is too cramped. We need some room. And then I hear the text say that I will enlarge your territory. I will enlarge your borders. See, Sean, Lakeisha, I'm going to have to tell you, I need some room. I need a little room. Little room. Can you? I need a little room. Now, verse 21 is talking about Jerusalem. So when we read the text, then you will ask yourself, who fathered these for me? I've been mourning for my children alone as an exile, wandering to and fro. Who has raised these? I was left alone, so where have these come from? Let's go down to verse 21. The prophet speaks in metaphoric language about the city of Jerusalem. The land and the city have been in mourning ever since our exile. Jerusalem says, I was left alone, so where did all of these children come from? Where did we come from? Where did we come from? Jerusalem wants to know, where are you coming from? We're coming out of exile. We're coming from the north, the east, south, and the west. We're coming out of exile. And there's so many of us coming that we got to ask for more room. So now you look around, and we always talk about this. How is it that so many are going to be coming, but there's not a whole lot of us that are walking in Torah? So what's making up this great contingency? We go back to Daniel. The books are open. What's open? Book of the righteous, book of the wicked, book of the undecided. People are, well, where do you get the book of the undecided? I said, because he said the books were open. We know the wicked are written in there. We know the righteous are written in there. And then we read the prophets, and the prophets talk about bringing people from the nations with him back into redemption. Now I want to help somebody. I want to help somebody. The Most High is not remiss towards the faithfulness of those who walked in ignorance and did not know. There's a difference. When you walk in ignorance and you do not know, there's a difference. Ain't nobody going to tell me. Ain't nobody going to tell me that my daddy ain't going to be in the land with us. They ain't going to tell me that. They ain't going to tell me Brother Bob ain't going to get selected amongst the righteous to be there. And a whole other contingency of people like him who believe what they believe because it wasn't their day and it wasn't their time to come into this knowledge. But they led people in the degree of holiness that they knew. And they worshiped the God that they knew. And people who you could hear early in the morning praying and weeping before the Most High, who gave their life in fasting and prayer. You can't tell me, oh, just because they don't know, they didn't know Torah, they ain't gonna. That's not what the Most High says. Some good people are going to be a part of this gathering. So, who fathered them? Who fathered us? Who fathered us? It's no. Because Jerusalem is asking a question. Who fathered these for me? You and I have been fathered by the nations to whom we have been exiled. We were adopted children until the redemption, when the Most High redeems us, will no longer be adopted anymore. So Jerusalem is asking, who fathered these for you? Because I was left alone. Because I know, Jerusalem says, I know that all the teaching that happens for Israel happens in where I am. And I've been left alone. Yahweh Elohim answered, I'm beckoning to the nations. I'm raising my banner for the peoples. What's he say next? The nations will bring your sons in their arms and carry your daughters on their shoulders. Those are speaking about our future ancestors. Kings will be your foster fathers. Their princes, your nurses. You already told us they're going to bow down to you. They will bow to you face toward the earth. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Come on, Bro B, come on, y'all. Come on, get down there and lick the dust off my feet. They will lick the dust on your feet. And they will know that I am Yahweh, and those who wait for me will not be sorry. Hey, come over here. Hey, come here. Got something for you. Roll them lips down and lick this dust. And the difference behind what I'm saying is we won't even have to ask them to do it. They will voluntarily do it. It's not a metaphor. It's a literal. Verse number 24. We're almost done. Can booty be wrested from a warrior? Can a victor's captives be freed? In other words, the simple response is, can that which has been taken be retrieved, as in the people taken prisoner be allowed to escape? The Most High answers, even a warrior's captives will be snatched away, and the booty of their fearful of the fearful will be freed. I will fight those who fight you, and I will save your children. Come on now, come on now. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be a fight. Get your popcorn. Get your seat. There's going to be a fight. Most High said, I will fight those who fight you, and I will save your children. What's he talking about? He's talking about Israel. You're gonna mess with Jerusalem. I'm going to fight for you, and I'm going to save your children. I will feed those. Here we go. Come on. Now he's over in the book of Ezekiel. I will feed those oppressing you with their own flesh. Put a pin in it. They will be drunk on their own blood, violation of a mitzvah, but that's what's going to happen to them because they're not Israel. As with wine. We conclude with these words. I like it. You know what I like about the Most High? Because the Most High always signs what he says he's going to do. Then, what? Read it with me as we close. Then what? Come on, say it. Everyone will know that I am Yahweh, your Savior and your Redeemer, the mighty one of Yaakov. Don't get it twisted. Everyone will know. Y'all got this? This is Isaiah 49, y'all. We're going to get into 50 and the rest of them, but this is 49. This is talking about your final redemption. But we're not going to stand out on the corner. We're not going to be boisterous. Hey, you Europeans, get down here and lick my feet. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to wait for the redemption when they will voluntarily do it. We're not going to be arrogant. We're just going to wait till that appointed day comes. When this whole mass of people that call Hebrew Israel start to get their heads on right, our redemption will take place. Well, this has been Rabbi Robert B. Holman Jr. with the absence of Ambassador Sean Appleton. This has been Hebrews in Exile. Shalom. Yemereka Yahweh v'yishmereka. Ya'ar Yahweh panav aleka b'kanuka. Yasa Yahweh panav aleka v'yasham l'ka shalom. May Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Yahweh make his face to shine on you and show you his favor. May Yahweh lift up his face toward you and give you shalom.